Hey everyone, what's up? It's Lauren Carr with Just Veganin, where in each episode we try to look at a different aspect of the vegan lifestyle. And it being a new year, we wanted to make some positive changes. So I wanted to share with you some tips on living a bit more eco-friendly in our lives. And hey, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe because believe me, you do not want to be missing out on these good times. Obviously, this being a vegan YouTube channel, one of my first things I'm going to have to start off with is eating less meat. As we all know, the greenhouse gas emissions from the cattle and dairy farming industry are immense and are a huge problem, as well as the water supply used and the land that's used. So eating less meat or eating no meat and becoming a vegan will greatly reduce our carbon footprint. Don't waste food. 7.3 million tons of food are wasted each year. Now that is so much carbon that is going to be found in landfills. And of course, that's not going to be good for our atmosphere. Secondhand clothes and shops. So buying furniture secondhand, buying clothes secondhand will definitely also help reduce a lot because we're not creating more goods. We're using something that has been used before. So hey, if you're on the move, moving to a new house, check out those secondhand shops. Invest in eco-friendly technology. Make sure that you're using things that are as eco-friendly as possible. Using less plastic, especially single-use plastic items like straws. I mean, hey, you could always get bamboo straws or metal straws that you could just clean and use over again. Water bottles are another one as well. Obviously, there's different kinds of refillable water bottles, so you're not using the plastic ones. Even plastic bags. Shop with a cloth bag that then you could reuse numerous times. So really be very mindful on the plastic use. And there are numerous ways, as you've heard, to cut down on that. Compost. Now, hey, sometimes we all have that fruit and veg that has gone just a little too long. Now, instead of binning it, compost it. Because obviously the compost could be used as fertilizer for our gardens, for planting things, and also it's going to totally reduce the amount of waste going into landfills. No one ever wants to be stuck on the bowl without a roll, so be mindful and try to use eco-friendly toilet paper made from bamboo. The amount of trees that are cut down yearly to create toilet paper, which I do get it, is something we use, but there are definitely better alternatives out there. I mean, on average, a person uses up to 100 rolls of toilet paper a year. Oh my gosh, now that's a lot of trees. So check out the bamboo eco-friendly toilet paper. Use LED light bulbs. Now they are way more efficient and they last so much longer than your conventional light bulbs. So you'll be using less power and you'll have to replace them less often. Don't fly. Now we all know that flying is one of the most environmentally damaging things you could do. And also sometimes I think it is being realistic about it. Obviously I live over here in London, my family's in the States. Of course I'm gonna go and wanna see them. But maybe I just do 1 or 2 visits a year for a longer period of time instead of going on shorter journeys but more often. Or let's say, hey, you're in London, you need to get up to Edinburgh for something. Take the train, cut back on the smaller amounts of flights. Or if you want to plan a big holiday, instead of maybe doing it every year, maybe say every 2 years, find ways to cut back on how you fly and see what other means of transportation you could use instead. Finding more sustainable ways to get to and from places. So be very mindful of the journey that you're taking to work, to your friend's house, to wherever you need to go. See if you could bike or walk or use public transport. Trying to reduce the amount of car usage is definitely a great way to reduce that carbon footprint. And also now we have electric cars. So trying to not use ones that are running on petrol or diesel or other ways. Insulate your homes. Obviously, an uninsulated home, you're going to be having to use a lot more heat to keep it nice and warm. So this is a huge way to cut down on your costs on that heating bill, but also helping the environment as well. Now, whether you're packing your lunch for work or maybe you have some kids that are going to school and you're packing their lunch for them, use containers as opposed to using paper bags. Have your food delivered to you. Instead of having 20 odd cars pulling up to the grocery store, supermarket, buying food, obviously one van delivering it to numerous people in the area will definitely cut down. And you know what else it will cut down on? That impulse buy that you might have when you're in the supermarket. So, which would lead to less food waste. A win-win-win all around. Donate your clothes. Now, whether or not you have kids that have outgrown them or you yourself, maybe, you don't need them anymore. Instead of throwing them away, which would be so insanely wasteful, donate them. A clean house is a happy house, but make sure you're using eco-friendly cleaning products. Obviously, there's loads of chemicals in a lot of cleaning products, which isn't good for the environment or our health. So just make sure they're eco-friendly. Turn it off. If you are not using an electrical appliance or the plug outlet, turn it off because it's going to help you conserve a lot of energy and it's also going to help the environment big time. Buy local. Now this pertains to food and clothes because obviously we'll be using less carbon in the transportation of it. Plant trees, have plants in your house. Obviously, plants are a great way to improve the air quality around us for everyone. Once again, win-win-win-win. I hope you found those tips helpful, and I know there are so many tips out there on living a bit more eco-friendly in our lives. So if you have any, please leave them in the comments below because I definitely would like to hear them, and I'm sure the other viewers as well. And hey, as always, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate the love and support. Let's make 2022 our year. Yes! And please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Just Veganin and follow me on Instagram @JustVeganin.